Far, we have in vicinity of somewhere between 50 and 60 vendors, and we've got a bunch more. So we're progressing there. So we're actually a little bit further than we usually are this time. Usually we get slammed with 20 or 30
Near the
towards
end.
the last day, but we're doing pretty good vendor-wise this time. We took care of a couple of the issues that we had with vendors. One of them setting up, we had an issue where the band boosters were, setting up on the Masonic Hall lawn, and they didn't register or whatever. That's taken care of, and they have now registered and paid a fee.
Okay.
Okay, so we've taken care of that. Can't think anything vendor-wise. We've got a pretty good handle on that. Anybody got questions on vendors? No?
Did the dairy farm, did that get ironed out? Monroe?
Last time I thought Keith was gonna try and.
He did
I haven't
reach out.
heard
We were
anything
on
from them.
emails back and forth.
Yeah,
about what
yeah,
he
yeah.
wanted.
About what we wanted. We wanted the
milk.
milk, yeah.
We just
It's like, no, seriously.
Well, usually somebody sets up a booth and they advertise what they have, and
Mhm.
it was kind of like a no-brainer. I couldn't understand why Keith wanted such detail on what they wanted to do, but anyway, we responded to those questions. I don't know the result of that. I haven't seen anything after that. So, and I don't think Mary has.
Okay.
So, I guess that's the thing for Keith is we'll send an email off to Keith and say, where is this? Okay, another outstanding issue is we have our liquor permit, our beer and wine license. We had bounced around the mead people. I sent an email out to that, and then I got a series of responses. I don't know if they're gonna, we haven't contacted them back because we didn't really make a decision. I don't know if they're gonna, be as responsive to, as far as a donation, because they offered to donate a few cases of that stuff if we don't let them do a vendor booth.
Agreed.
So, I don't expect them to want to donate if we're not gonna let them in the show,
Sure.
So, I don't know, it would probably be okay to sell mead, but I don't know how, it's, whatever we do there is gonna compete with the beer that we're trying to sell, so it's either one or the other. So far, we haven't got somebody was supposed to be checking out our source for wine.
I reached out to one, I know Keith reached out to another, do you have?
I called Diggers.
Okay.
I'm waiting to hear back.
Okay. Because we do have the wine license, I would like to offer, like a red and a white. Not a lot of it, but for,
Mhm.
For a few people that
That don't drink beer.
don't drink beer, and then when it's gone,
Mhm.
so,
Right. Prime up with the wine and switch to beer.
yeah.
What are the limitations of where we can get
We
wine
can't-
from?
We can't buy, we have to buy from a licensed Massachusetts distributor or a manufacturer. So in other words, a winery would work, or, a distributor, Massachusetts registered distributor. We can't buy it from a package store, or Sam's Club or something like that.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay?
Right. Good.
All right, so we're gonna check out the winery. Wine? Okay.
I did go to talk to the Grill on Main. Nobody was there of management position, so I will be going back, I think, Thursday night. I'm going back there,
To where?
the Grill on Main, to use their
Oh,
driveway.
yes. Yeah.
Now, what are we using the driveway for specifically?
There's a toy guy that we've
Toy
had
guy.
for several years. He has a truck that he pulls his inventory from. Not very big, it's like a mid-size, box truck. And we usually park it like to the right side of that driveway so that he can access, his site is right there in front of it.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
so that's really what it's for.
Okay.
It doesn't block access of going up and down the
Going up and
driveway.
down, it's in the parking spaces.
And we close the road anyway, so there's not really there's any traffic
no
going in there. And he's usually out the minute the road opens up. So he's not like they've lost any parking on it,
Okay.
so. Anybody check out antique cars? That's usually Keith that does that.
I did look at the church parking lot on the way out last meeting.
On the side of?
Yeah.
the-
Between Pleasant and Depot.
If we took the disabled spots, I think 6 to 8 are doable there.
Cars.
Yeah. Which is like typical of what we get.
Is that including that gravelly side part? Or is it just the spots up there?
Just the
Usually,
spots.
Okay.
yeah, usually the gravelly side part, we have, there's has been vendors that have come, like an ice cream truck or something,
Mhm.
that, we shove them in there so that they're not
Yeah.
on the road. I don't know if we have any of that this year, but that's what we've done with that gravelly spot.
Mhm.
Okay.
But you're talking about the regular paved driveway.
Yeah, and orient the cars, like pulling spots.
Yeah.
I think you could fit 6 to 8.
I'll find I'm going to, my buddy's he just moved to town a year ago, and he's got like 6 acres up on South Street, and he's having the South Street car meet this Saturday, and he's got about 30 hot rods coming to the house. I think he's
That's
gonna end
awesome.
up paving the front part of his road by the time the day is through, but it's gonna be about 30 cars there. I'll spread the word, see if anybody has the day free, if they wanna come by and hang out,
Yeah, that's very cool.
so.
I don't know what that does if InGear brings their cars, like they do it all the time, so.
Okay.
I don't think we can handle 30 or 40 cars.
Now, I'm thinking most of them won't come to bring their car to sit back there for the day, but I'm not going to ask everybody. I'll ask a select few to see. And I'll be in contact with Keith to see what he has too.
Mhm.
So
All right.
if he's got none and I got 3,
Perfect.
let's see what happens.
Awesome.
Hi, Jackson.
How are we doing with volunteers, Eric?
3 so far.
3?
So, yes. Guess,
Adult volunteers? Are they like grown-up people?
toddlers?
No.
Adult volunteers. Now, the way it's worked in the past, what you've done is week or so prior to the event, you will give me a list.
Yep.
And I will take that list, so that's how I had left it with them, that
Yep.
I will get a list from Tony. When I get that list, I will put something together and get back at you and go from there.
Okay, that works.
One guy said he was gonna try and round up
More?
some of his cronies.
Okay.
So three could turn into
3 plus maybe.
Okay. Awesome.
Katie wanted to help, but I'm on TV. I love you.
How are
Katie
we-
wanted to help.
Are we
End
go-
of period.
I'm definitely gonna need some help that Friday, the morning of, October.
Dave, my husband Dave said he could probably help out for a bit. I don't know, I think he's going to have to get my children off to school first.
Uh-huh.
And then he will be able to help out for a bit. He doesn't usually go into work until around noon.
Until
Is he
around,
hiring?
Noon.
yeah.
He also stays at work until about 10.
Oh, I don't want to
So.
be that.
Yeah, usually we can be busy pretty much all day out there. We're busy like from 9 to 5, 6, 7 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Because we have different things happening, like we line the road in the morning, we've done that. So there's a bunch of little jobs all day that he can certainly help out with.
Yeah.
Like either lining the road or setting up stuff on the lawn.
Why did I see you last year?
Hmm?
I was there. For some reason I was there in the morning. Why didn't I have work that day?
Sometimes we have professional development
I would
that
have been.
weekend.
Yeah,
Oh,
you were
yeah,
there,
I would've
you were
been
there
for
for
it, yeah.
some time last year.
Yeah, I
But,
got coffee and helped out for a few. I don't remember why.
No.
I don't remember why either, but if you can do it again, it'll be helpful. But anyway, we put the stage things out and all of that. So I will, sometime before then, I will have a list of that with an approximate schedule of when we're doing that type of stuff, you know, when we're gonna be doing line in the road, and
Yeah,
so if anybody can volunteer for that, that would be cool too.
If you need help reaching out, help cast the net.
yeah, that's where I, you know, it sounds bad, but I'm not gonna join Facebook just to, I'm
No.
like anti-Facebook totally, and I'm not gonna join it just to get people.
No, but that's where I
It's
can
against
help
my
you
religion.
because that's,
Yeah.
I'm on there, so I
Yeah.
can help you with that stuff.
We do, we did get some, so let's talk with Melissa about prizes for the.
Okay.
Okay, you did a mailing.
I did a mailing.
Yes, you did,
Yes,
because
I
we got
did.
some back that says they don't exist.
Yay. Oh, no yay.
There
Boo.
were 3 of those that say there's no mail receptacle there. However, you did get one of them that looks like it's something
It
somebody
feels
gave
like
you.
there's something, yes.
Okay.
It's something.
So,
I also heard back
based
from-
on that, is that like the first receipt you've gotten so far?
Yes.
Okay.
There is also a bounce house place in Bellingham that is holding some passes for us. This is Southwick's.
Awesome. Southwick has always been good.
Yep.
Can I use it for my survey? Can I use it for my survey giveaway?
Let's see what we get back.
We'll see what we get back first.
That's
This
the
may
one.
be all we
If
have.
that's the one, then I want it for my
That's the
survey.
big gift.
So yes, I did do the mailing. I did find that I plan to spend some time over the winter, kind of trying to fine tune the mailing list. I think some of it is some dead leads.
Yeah, some of
and-
it might be dated.
Yeah, obviously some of these places are no longer in existence. I did hear back from, like I said, the place in Bellingham, and they also would like a vendor application. They would like to be a vendor as well, so I'm
Awesome.
gonna send them that. Another place sent me a form to fill out and return, which I'm going to do that. Just a couple of things in the last day or so that we've gotten from people, so, hopefully we'll continue to receive
Yeah.
stuff. I mean, I'm not super hopeful because it was a late mailing, but
Sometimes, it's hard to tell, because sometimes when we do an early mailing, it's too early. And then, you know, they say, oh, gee, that's way
That's too
enough.
far away.
right.
Give me what's closer.
So-
I think you'll find that pounding the pavement and face-to-face and phone calls is gonna yield the biggest.
Right, which is not my area of strength, or it's very outside of my comfort zone, so that's not my favorite part of it. But I will see what I can manage to do.
Yeah.
I did quite a bit of that last year.
Yeah.
And was not successful. I think only one place really gave us anything of the places that I went to, and like some places I went to like 6 times, and I became like a stalker, and they're like, we're still not able to give you anything. And I'm like, all right, you know, like you
Check,
have to have a certain level of charm to get these people to give you anything, and I am just not charming.
check in with Tim and see what his,
Don't doubt yourself.
I'm serious. I'm self-aware. You
I
know?
was able to get a sponsor for our parade.
your bank.
Yes, and I saw that after I just sent Unibank a letter asking for donations, so I will not follow up with them, although
please,
Karen
please
Yusina was
don't.
always
They're-
very,
Yeah,
very useful.
they're a sponsor already. They're already a sponsor of the Midway, so they already do that. Like we noticed last year, right up with the ticket booth, we have like sponsored by Unibank.
Mm-hmm.
And then, what happened is Unibank was our very, very first sponsor, for this event. So, what happened is I wrote up this real nice email, pictures of the puppets, and then, you know, nice little write-up, and I sent it off to Unibank, and I said, this is like the first time we've ever done anything like this, and this is a special event. We have, you know, T-shirts, and we have banners, and all kinds of stuff. It's gonna be a lot of publicity, and I gave them the opportunity to be the sponsor for it, and they jumped on it.
That's awesome.
So they said, yes, absolutely, no issue. Okay? So that's why I made up the banner and I put their logo on it. So we ordered that. And then, so that should be pretty exciting. Now by doing that, they actually paid the entire cost of putting on this whole thing, including the the electronics and all of that.
That's
So
amazing.
They covered all of it, so.
Unibank is fantastic. They
it's
really are very
fantastic.
supportive of the community.
Yeah, they are. So, there you go. So now we put this on and it's, it's 100% sponsored. now.
Fantastic.
So, they were sold on the idea. So speaking of that, let's talk about them.
Yep.
John and I, sometime last week or the week before?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. So
Yeah, well, a week and a half ago, maybe, on a Friday. John and I took 2 of these things to Dance Sensations, and they saw them, and they fell in love with this thing. They love it. We tried it on, like her daughter tried it on,
Yeah.
and she loved it. So they were
Worked
already-
well,
Yeah.
wasn't too, like Mary was concerned?
No,
No.
I actually
No.
spoke with them. They're friends of ours, and I was talking to the daughter, and I said, how heavy was it? Because there was a concern that we needed adult males,
Yeah.
and she said, no, it was not a big deal. She said it was probably 6 to 7 pounds, not a big deal.
she said
She
she
felt
forgot
very
it was.
comfortable
She forgot
with
it was
it.
on after a little bit.
Oh, very good.
And, like was moving around and it was doing this, but she's like,
Wasn't
it doesn't
enough
feel like
to
it's
take
gonna
her
fall
over.
over. Yeah.
No,
No,
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, it's worked out well. Can bend. She was able to kind of bend the arms a little bit. And so
Yep.
we're gonna-
and she's Katie's age, so.
Yes.
Yeah, you know her. Okay.
Yep.
I actually took a picture of that, of her in it.
Take your sister with you. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, when they wear that, but we also have, like now there's because of all the harness and all that holds it on,
Mhm.
we have a black hoodie that they wear,
Mm-hmm.
because you can put a hoodie on over it.
Yep.
And then it
Let's hope
says,
it's not 90
it says
degrees out.
Douglas Oktoberfest in the front and that big larger than life in the back.
Mhm.
So that makes the outfit. So.
Very cool.
So I have 5 more of these, all complete and done. Somewhere, I don't know what the status is of that. When would they want to get together with us again? So can we find out what the next step is there?
Yep.
They have a copy of the music that they've been,
They were good with the music?
Yep. It's perfect. That was a perfect fit.
so,
Yeah, she said her high school girls are super into it and excited, and we're game. She thought
Okay.
she was gonna have to use car salesman big time, but they're into it.
now she had also mentioned, because this banner actually is going to be carried by 2 of her other smaller ones
Smaller
probably.
dancers, yeah.
Because it leads the parade. But she had also mentioned that she had some younger ones that she wanted, if you give me a number of those, then we can provide them shirts. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That say larger than life on them, because we really want them to match the parade, kind of. I'd rather have them wear our shirts than Dance Sensation shirts.
Yes. The other thing that you need to get them is your spare fabric.
Yes.
I think they're gonna make twirly things out of the fabric.
Oh, okay. Had a little more to it.
I'll zing. So whatever you got that's left over.
Okay, I have a lot of that. So I guess you organize up another meeting for us out there, and I will bring the fabric and whatever else.
Okay.
That's about it on that, I think. Pretty excited.
I wanted to ask a question. I know we had talked about it last year, after Oktoberfest. Are we planning on doing anything in terms of signage to indicate like petting zoo this way,
Yeah.
stage B
Yeah.
with a schedule this way, that kind of thing? Do we have a plan in place for that?
Well, I planned on making signs that said petting zoo and, for some of the major things.
I just didn't want it to be forgotten or overlooked, because I feel like it would be
It's gonna be
helpful
hard
to
for the
have-
petting zoo to be forgotten where it is now, though, because we're putting it on the Mason's lawn, and the train goes by there every 15 minutes,
Oh, good.
okay?
It's not
So
behind the library.
it's really hard for them not to see that.
Okay.
And then somebody will say, where's the petting zoo? And some kid that just
It's our
drove
little
by there
train.
knows.
Yeah, no, that's
know,
great. I didn't realize you
so-
were going up there.
So that, that was done kind of like on purpose, so that you can't miss it, that,
Mhm.
when the train goes by, so,
Yeah, that's great.
yeah. I can't think of anything else, it's just kind of planning. So we have a schedule,
thing
it's
work?
subject to change?
Does this work?
Yes, this is our radio station, okay? Because part of the parade was, what part of the magic of the parade is that all of the stages stop playing music, and they all play the same music when the parade happens, okay? In order for that to happen, we had to find some way to synchronize all these stages to play the same thing.
Sure.
Well, the way to do that is with a radio transmitter, and you put a FM receiver at each one of them, okay? So we bought one, okay, or I should say Univac helped us buy one. This, I tried it out already. I set it up in my house. I hooked my cell phone to it, playing the music for the parade, and I drove to this building and I could still hear it, okay?
It's a pretty good range.
Yeah, it's really good range.
Where do you
It's
live?
actually, Fairbanks Court. It's up next to the golf
It's
course,
gotta be
Blissful Meadows.
4 or 5
Oh,
miles.
okay.
Reasonable, about approximate area of Blissful Meadows.
4 or 5
Okay.
miles from here?
Well, by the crow flies, it's about 3 miles.
Okay.
Okay, but
With all the trees and
Yeah.
buildings and
yeah, but it's
That's very cool.
so.
Neat.
Fortunately, we're only going to play it for 2 half-hour bursts. Otherwise, we'd probably get
cease and desist from the FCC.
Yeah, right.
yeah. But it's going to be only for 2 half-hour bursts. This is the kind of thing that they put in drive-ins for being able to do the sound system. So that's what made me think of that. Anyway, I tested it. I got it to. I thought it worked excellent. I'm going to send it home with you so that you and Keith can play with it.
All right.
Okay. Huh?
Yeah,
Keith
Let me
said
know
he
what
wanted.
station frequency, but let me know where you dial, where you are on the
Keith said
dial
he-
tonight.
he said he wanted to try. Okay.
the love songs.
Just tell them that, after he plays with it, though, he cannot have it. Okay?
Johnny in the morning, coming to you.
Because we'll end up using it for other things. I think it's great to be able to do, an announcement over the whole event.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that'd be very cool.
I think that'll be very cool to have that
Yeah.
ability.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that might be
Neat.
beneficial.
Cool.
Anything else?
Other entertainment stuff?
Yes, entertainment.
Shirt up, Steve Craig the Magician.
Oh, mine?
Yep.
Oh, good.
He's going to perform for 45 minutes on stage B in the
Excellent.
morning. So it's an early morning attraction. Get kids down there before
What time?
11 o'clock.
Okay.
So before Larger Than Life.
Awesome.
He's giving us a very good rate. We are gonna give him. I'm gonna have a table set up. This reminds me, we need some like tables for wares and stuff down that area. So he's gonna kind of set up in that. He has 2.
Does Mary know about that yet, that he's going to have a booth?
He doesn't need a booth.
Just needs a table.
He needs a table. So as long as you give me a couple tables for performers and stuff.
I usually only give you one.
Okay. One's fine.
Can he just make one magically appear?
Okay.
He has one request, is that we need to give him 2 video testimonials after his performance.
Oh, that's terrible. Don't hire that guy. There you go. I gave it to him already. So.
One of them has to be an event organizer or committee member. So
One of them, oh, well, there you go.
probably me.
It'd be you.
Mhm.
Liam or one of the kids or whatever can be happy to stand in front of a camera and say it was great.
So who's gonna videotape it?
He's got, that's his deal.
Okay.
He's got all the camera or whatever for
I have no
that.
doubt that my son, who has already seen him at Special Olympics, would be happy to say
Yeah.
something about him as well if you
Yeah.
need somebody.
Oh, good.
So, yeah.
Awesome.
he's-
All right, there you go. We get it
Fantastic.
covered already.
Yep. Schedule is firming up. Everything else looks pretty good. Shouldn't move too much with the exception of a couple things before the first large in life at 11:45.
11:30 you had on the schedule, didn't you?
So it's 11:40. Yeah, it might be 11:30.
Larger than life, 11:30 a.m.
11:30, yeah, so he may need to I may need to have him start a little bit earlier to accommodate that.
And then we're gonna move the second one to 2:30.
All of my contracts went out, so I'll send those in as soon as I get them.
I've gotten a couple of keys already.
Keith's working his stuff. Bios are probably gonna be pretty light, given that we're not loading up stages 2 and 3 with music. And most of the performers on stage 3 are amateur, local, younger.
Just have their name and stuff, maybe.
Yeah.
That'll give you more
So
space in the
where,
first
some
show
of
for
these,
larger than life.
some of these I have a write-up on already, like the
Yeah.
Vagabonds, but some of these I don't know, like Cosby
Vito.
Sweaters and,
Vito, you should have. Kenzie and Sam, you should have from last year. The Newport Ave played a couple years ago. Over on the main stage, the Brian James Quartet played last year, so we should have something on them already. So yeah, we've got some stuff already.
okay.
Mary sent me the updated vendor list for the website. I haven't had a chance to update it yet, but
Okay.
it's on my to-do list. And that's about it for me. Oh, I called Diggers. Just waiting to hear back from them. I don't think they're until Thursday or Monday of next week.
All right, anything else?
Do we want to do the survey again next year?
Do I want, what?
Do we want to do the survey again next year?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I thought it was helpful. Did anybody think it was helpful?
Yeah, I did, absolutely.
I mean, we have 3
There was-
volunteers out of
There-
it.
Mhm.
I guess there's one other thing, there was a radio station or something that wanted to be involved.
Yeah, Keith was coordinating with that, the Milford, W Milford.
Are we gonna do that or not?
I thought we had agreed last time that we were.
I thought
Was
we
it a
did,
few
I thought it was a great
$100?
idea,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was pay to play, right? It was like $400 or something.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Which is worth the PR and.
Mhm.
yeah, I think
I
so.
think so.
They do PR before the event too, right?
I think so. I thought it was like a few segments, like 4 segments or something for.
Would be nice if they talked up the parade, you know?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Throw in $500.
Hmm? Well, they talk up the whole event, but I mean, they specifically mentioned that we'd get this parade that we'd never done before.
Right.
Sure, it's easy
you know?
enough.
Yeah, I'm sure we could give them some talking points.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we need more we need to figure out what's the next thing we do with that.
With the radio station?
Yeah, what do we have to do? You send us a contract, we look that over and sign it, or what? What's the next step? So we said, yeah, we want to do it, but what do we do from here? We do have Wild Bill's coming, they've confirmed.
My
That's good.
husband's very excited.
You're a huge hit.
Mhm.
They really
He
are.
still
Better
has
than
his
the
mug.
Coke wagon that was there, that just didn't have the same flair to it.
No,
It's the mugs.
You know?
Wild
Huh?
Bill's,
It's the mugs.
A lot of it's the
It's
mugs.
the mug.
I'm telling you, the mug is a real thing.
Oh, I bought
Like,
it.
I feel like you might be mocking a
I've got
little
couple
bit, but it
Captain
was,
Ginsers out of it.
no, it was a
It's
big
the
deal,
mugs.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's the
Dave
it's the-
saw it and he wanted
10
it and
bucks.
he spent the money on it.
Even though it said
and-
Woodstock Fair on it, I'm like, I don't
Yeah,
care what it
yeah.
says,
You
I'm
just love
slipping
the fact
drinks
that
out of
people
this
are-
thing.
Yeah, exactly.
They come
Loved
here a
it.
few more times with, you know, he said that, you know, if he's here a few more times, he may invest in some Douglas Oktoberfest.
That would be fantastic.
Oh, okay.
But, you know,
Are we getting leftovers again, or are they just gonna say?
there'll probably be Wild Bill's on that. It'll be
Okay.
a Wild Bill's mug as opposed to, you know, I don't know, I can't say that he's not gonna have Woodstock ones, but,
Right.
you know,
Sure.
he'll definitely have Wild Bill ones. Because he
Considering
has
how
his
that
own-
was-
They have their own brand, but,
What's he getting
Last
for those?
weekend, right?
$20 a, is it $20 a tin?
it costs $20 for the mug, but you get to fill it all day,
All day.
yeah.
So just make sure you buy it right first thing in the morning.
What a racket.
Yeah. But you get to fill it all day.
You get to, oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
But,
Get to line Wild Bill's pockets all day.
but it's a collector mug,
Mhm.
yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
That's right, I'm gonna quit my job and go into the franchise, buy a franchise, Wild Bill's franchise.
Wild Johns.
But that's what makes it worth them coming to an event like this, you see? So,
That'll be
Okay.
good, I'm glad he's coming back.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's coming back too. The only reason why they didn't come back, because they did well when they were here the first time, but the only reason why they didn't is because they lost one of their rigs, and, you know, they're booked out all over the place.
I thought it was something to do with like copyright infringement for Wild
No,
Bills.
no, well, there was a whole bunch of that, but that didn't impact them, okay? Because they were still working under the auspices of the company that they had. What their real problem was is that they lost one of their setups. You know, they have those like custom made or something. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Because yeah. So they didn't have one to come and do our fair because it was booked out someplace else. Well, they've got two more now, so that they can do our fair as one of them. They had these running simultaneously all over the place.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
So, so anyway, they're sending it back here.
I wonder if he does, I saw him at Brimfield, and I wonder if he does just as well here as at Brimfield, given that our event is contained. But at Brimfield, you may not, you may get to the food area, but then
Mhm.
you're a mile down the road, you're not gonna walk all the way back
Right.
to Bill's to get soda.
Right.
It's an interesting.
15,000 people stay within a square mile.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. That's gotta be more attractive, right?
And then there's the tipping point factor, right? If I see you with one of these, and I see you with one of these, and you with one, I'm like, oh, I want,
Right.
I want one of those. What do I gotta buy 10?
That's what we do with Frido. That's why, you know, we make a Frido the size of a pie plate, you know? Because people walk around with that and they say, where'd you get that?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right over there on the corner.
Yeah.
My Frido is this big, you know? It's advertising by itself. That's the theory.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else?
Nope, I would just like to point out, 2 people missing from the meeting tonight, and we're out of here in a half an hour.
Oh.
Just saying.
Just saying.
Moly! The record.
For the record.
Well, meeting next Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's every Tuesday. We're gonna have to really get the schedule firmed up as much as possible because it's gonna be difficult for me to print the program as it gets closer because my company's moving. And
Closer to Douglas?
uh,
Closer to Douglas?
yeah, about 10 minutes closer to Douglas.
10 minutes helps.
Moving from Boston to Newton. So I'm gonna be like busy with that towards, you know, the third weekend of September, so
That's not good.
it's gonna make it difficult for me to try to do administrative stuff like that.
So,
So
yeah,
we're
so
gonna
I'll
try to
make the
get that out
change.
first. We
I'll make-
wanna be able to get them out first anyway, so that we can blast them all out. It's gonna have section in there about the parade. So we want to make sure that we get that
I'll
out
make the
there.
changes and then it should be stable.
Do we normally send them out like through the schools and whatnot?
We can, we haven't done that. We actually did that once before. We had, and it was quite a while ago. We had sent, I don't know, 300 or 400 programs to the school and the kids took them home. And then we distribute them around town, you know, to like the pizza places and that type of stuff.
Yep.
You know, we do some of that. We can distribute them anywhere you walk into, just a bunch of brochures, you know.
So this might not be the year for it, but thinking down the road for next year, we should look to start going digital on the schedule and a map of the event. And, you know, we could easily get those, like the politician placard, you know, plastic things,
Mhm.
put a QR code on it. And it says, you know, here's a schedule QR code. Like,
Oh, I
schedule
like
QR
that.
code.
Yep.
Put them all around the event, plaster them up everywhere.
Yeah.
Someone's got their phone, so you scan the QR code. Oh, here's a schedule. Scan the QR code. Here's a map.
Well, you can do that anyway. You can
Sure.
do that anyway now. You could actually put the
Yeah.
schedule online and we can put a QR code right to that.
Yes, but
Right.
yes, my point would be
Yeah.
the idea would be to go to move
Away from
away
print.
from paper to digital. Not 100%.
Yeah,
but start
100%,
to
yeah, you're
shift.
still gonna put 'em-
Start to
yeah.
make the shift.
Yeah, you'd always want some of the paper ones that you distribute during the day.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like from the ticket booths and stuff. So, yeah, I get that.
If we're really on top of our game, I mean, we could have vendors, location of them, you know, when the performances are going, all that. That's a little bit more heavy lifting,
It's
but
it's hard to do that. I mean, it would be even harder digital-wise than it is print. It's hard to do the location of vendors because most of them wait till the last minute, okay? So you don't know where you're gonna put them until 2 days before, or, you know, a week
But if it was
before.
digital, that would be something we could reasonably do, right?
No, not really, because you gotta go online to edit it, right?
yeah, it would not be through.
It wouldn't be
It
fast.
wouldn't be through a website. It wouldn't be through the website. It would have to be something separate.
Its own separate thing.
It would still be hosted though.
It would. It could be hosted there.
It'd have to be if it's gonna work on an app that everybody's accessing over the internet. So it
Could
would have to be
be-
hosted somewhere.
It could be a Google Sheet. It could be. Yeah, I mean, you could host it on Google
Yeah.
with a
See,
with a map.
because if we had an app
List.
that read a database with all of that information in it, that database is gonna be hosted on the internet somewhere, okay? So, and that's what you'd have to edit. So that's not done fast either.
So you could have. Yeah, I mean, so you could keep a sheet, a Google Sheet. That's easy. Goes there, and then there's a permanent link to the sheet.
Mhm.
That
Mhm.
you scan the code, it goes to the sheet. You set the parameters on the sheet so that nobody can, it's view only, can't make any edits to it. And then there it
Okay,
is.
well, it's something to think about, sure.
Same thing with the map.
I don't have time to do it.
I don't have time to do it right
I don't know
now.
how to do it.
I don't have the skill set to do it, otherwise I would
Okay.
have gone.
It's not made of wood, I
to
can't
work
make
on
it.
that, but-
It's all doable.
Well,
It's-
of course it is, but, you know, the people that can don't have time,
Yes.
yeah.
Back to the paper.
But again, you were talking about that for next year, so that's something we
For
can,
next year.
yeah.
It's still on, definitely.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we can think about it and explore it and,
Mhm.
you know, kind of kick it around and, you know, maybe
Sure,
we'll get
somebody's gotta
lucky
know
and
somebody
somebody
that
will,
can do.
somebody will
something like
step
that.
up and volunteer to do that.
Yeah, I mean, more and like, that would be a great, yeah, somebody to manage the digital.
Yeah, our digital
Piece
presence,
of
the
digital
whole
presence.
package, the website, social media, Twitter, I mean, all of
This-
that,
this
all of
stuff.
that social media stuff. It would be great if we had somebody that can just do all of that.
I mean,
No.
it would, how wonderful would it be to take an aerial shot of downtown and
Set up a drone.
or I mean, even just Google Maps. Maybe just
That's
Google Maps,
about it.
and then just do, you know, main stage here, stage 2 here, bathroom locations here. Yeah.
And that'll put
It's
a
not-
visual on times for everything. It's a great idea.
but again, time and,
Skill set.
and then the more info you want on it, that winds up being last minute, a couple days before, so it's kind of a quick turnaround to know where all that stuff's gonna go. Yeah. So if there's someone out there who has that sort of skill
Skill
set,
set?
we could use your help.
Okay, we done? Anything else?
Motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn?
Beard? Second, sorry.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.